Good morning, FightNGear here. Today I'm going to go out and do a little revolver shooting. I tell you, I love the older Smith vintage revolvers. And today I'm going to go out and shoot one. Just get you a little close-up of it. First show you that it's definitely clear. Turn on my light here. And show you, this is a Smith & Wesson Model 610. Which is the revolver chambered in 10mm, and it fires the 10 auto cartridge, which is a rimless cartridge. So to fire that, you use these moon clips, which these are full moon. They also make them that are half moon. Those the cartridge snaps onto those. They drop in. You can fire them without it, but you'll get somewhat inconsistent ignition because even though it head spaces on the rim on the front, the shoulder, it still has some movement, and also you have a tough time ejecting them. You'll have to push them out with something, but in a pinch you can do that. Anyway, this gun, as you can see, is typical of all the old Smith revolvers back in those days. I've had this one for years. I've probably had this gun 25 years or more. I love it. It's a tremendous firearm. And I tell you, let me get this light turned off here. The old Smith revolvers, they sure bring a lot of money. The 10mm in particular, because it's a little bit rare. But if you're thinking about a gun to pass down to a child, grandchild, something like that, man, it's a tremendous gun. Any of the older Smith revolver stuff is phenomenal. This particular one, I don't know if you noticed or not, but it has they are Smith & Wesson grips, but they're the combat finger groove grips. They're very comfortable. I really wish, in a way, that this had the checker grips, just because they're kind of stylish and kind of classic. But I actually really like shooting these. In fact, some of my other revolvers have these grips on them even if I had to go buy them. So, I mean, I love it from a function standpoint. I just kind of am a traditionalist. You know, I don't know how familiar you are with the 10mm round, but the 10mm was something that Jeff Cooper, I believe, was one of the original designers of. It was a concept to increase stopping power in a semi-auto. This was back before the advent of a lot of the really good modern ammunition where they've really worked on the expansion and stopping power. It was not a particularly successful venture. I believe that Jeff Cooper's gun, I think, was called the Bren 10. Don't know what the Bren meant, but the 10 obviously was 10mm. Never really went anywhere. They've chambered it in some 1911s. Glock makes one now that's a really good gun. There's a few around. It's a tremendous cartridge, very powerful, but it just it has not really caught on. One of the reasons is it's a kicker, and especially in a compact like a Model 29 Glock, it's a handful with full power loads. I believe the 40 Smith & Wesson is an offshoot of the 10. Because it's exactly the same diameter, and I believe what they did was shorten it, reduce the power slightly to make it a little more controllable, and by shortening the overall length of the cartridge, I think they made it to where you could use it in a shorter action pistol with a shorter magazine. It just saved a lot of space. And like I say, the other thing is I believe that it was just considerably more controllable. But anyway, I'm going to shoot this a little bit close up, a little bit at distance, and I'll be back afterwards with some final thoughts. Smith & Wesson 610 10mm revolver, 6-inch barrel. I'm going to shoot at 15 yards. That's not the greatest of test of accuracy, but I haven't shot this gun in a while, and it's good enough. I'm going to see how it groups, and then I'm going to compare that to the 686, which also has the 6-inch barrel. Very similar. These are Ultramax 180 grain full metal jacket. They're a fairly hot practice load, but they're not quite as hot, obviously, as the self-defense stuff. And we'll see what kind of groups I can get today with it at 15 yards. Guess I shot at 6. I didn't do a very good job of counting there. There are 2 holes that were already below the orange dot from some earlier shooting, so they are not part of this group. As you can see, that's not bad. That's my first round through with the 610 today. That's 15 yards offhand. It is single action shooting, but I mean, there's 6. Those are pretty good. I'm going to run 6 more through here. Like I said, I'll have these holes were from earlier, and then these are going to be here, but hopefully I can put 6 more in with it. Let me get this reloaded, and then I'll turn the camera back on. This will be my second run through with the Model 610. 6-inch barrel, 15 yards, 180 grain Ultra Max. Hopefully I can keep them in that orange dot with the last 6. Remember, there were a couple of holes down below the dot. Those did not have anything to do with this gun. A little bit of a flinch there, but not too bad. Let's see what we did. Those were a little bit higher. Still, all in all, pretty good group. Looks like I'm already running out of camera battery, and I don't know how. But anyway, like I say, those are not bad at all. I mean, they're that's a double. That's a double. Really pretty good group. I'm going to shut this down and see if I can get a round in with my 686 before my battery goes dead. I'm back. As you can see, the gun performed flawlessly. It is a tremendous gun. It is clear. It's a tremendous gun. Got a great trigger. I'm gonna double check that one more time just before I put a hole in the wall. But I would say this trigger, this is all factory too. This is not original. This is before the lawyers got involved and everything. I'd say that's a 3 pound, 3.5 pound trigger. My guess is 7.5 pounds, maybe 8 on the double action. Just smooth as, it's unbelievable. It's like glass. And like I say, that's actually all factory. Not in any way customized. You know, it just, Smith just made a hell of a revolver in the day. They still do. Not knocking the new stuff, but I mean, there's just something special about these ones from that period. They're just really nice guns. And, you know, I'm not a gun snob by any means, but I just love these. As you can see, this thing's a very good shooter. It's a better shooter than me. You know, I mean, the silhouette shooting I did today was okay. I'm certainly no Hickok 45. You know, I mean, that guy shoots at distances that just baffle me. I was shooting at about 60 yards, and I was probably hitting on average 4 or 5 out of 6 with an occasional 6 for 6. So I think might have had a 3 for 6 in there somewhere, although it may not have made it past the cutting room floor. But anyway, you know, I sure appreciate you guys watching my videos. Appreciate if you take a look at my holster page. I'm getting ready to redo my website, make it a little easier, a little less complicated. Also, where you can just use the credit cards direct without having to go through PayPal. So Anyway, thanks a lot. Shoot safe, and I'll see you back soon with another video.